Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a anti-haul. This is like my first time filming an anti-haul because I've never done one before. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Now let's get started. So let's get started, guys. So the first product I'm going to talk about is the Kylie Cosmetics Vacation Palette. I am not gonna buy this palette just because I did purchase one of her palettes and it wasn't the best. I'm not throwing shade to Kylie Cosmetics because I mean she does have good products, but I feel like I'm not gonna spend that kind of money on another palette just because I'm not a fan of her palette. Just because I felt like the palette that I did buy, the shadows didn't blend out as well. So I feel like I am not gonna spend my money again on another palette from her. So yeah, I'm not gonna buy that palette. The next product I have is the Kim Kardashian Kylie collab liquid lipsticks. I heard that those lipsticks do not last long, and I feel like if I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a liquid lipstick, I want that liquid lipstick to last me all day. Like I have this one from Wet n Wild and this one lasts me all day. I can eat, I could drink, and this lipstick would not budge. It may budge a little bit in the inner, like right here, but other than that, it does not come off. And I feel like if I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a liquid lipstick, I want it to last. And I heard very mixed reviews about that it doesn't last as long, and it doesn't even last as soon as you drink something, it comes off. Like, I'm not gonna spend my money on that liquid lipstick kit. So sorry for that, but I'm not gonna spend my money on that. The next product I have is another Kim Kardashian. Actually, she's coming out with contour sticks. I'm not gonna buy that just because I do not contour. So I'm definitely not gonna buy that product. I'm not gonna spend my money on something that I feel like I'm not gonna use just because I do not contour. So even if I did contour, I'm gonna use one of my drugstore products because I'm not gonna spend money on a product that I'm not gonna use every day. So I'm definitely not gonna buy that. So the next product I'm gonna talk about is the Urban Decay Heat Palette. I am not gonna buy that palette. I saw something on Instagram of a dupe for that palette, and I have that palette, and it's the NYX Ultimate Palette. I used it today on my eyes and they say it's a dupe to the Urban Decay Heat Palette. So I'm like, nope, I am not buying that palette. I am not gonna spend, I think it's like $54 for that palette. I am not spending that kind of money. I already have the NYX Ultimate Palette, and I love that palette. That palette is like all the shades that I need, the warm shades, all those shades that I love to use in the summertime, I have in that palette. So I'm definitely not gonna buy the Heat palette. I'm sorry, Urban Decay, but I'm not buying that palette. Another palette that I'm gonna talk about is the Too Faced Glitter Bomb Palette. The palette is beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's very beautiful, I love the shades, but I feel like I wouldn't give use to that palette because I can't use that palette every day. So I feel like I'm not gonna spend my money on this palette just because I know I cannot use glitter every single day. Like, I do not go out every day, and I'm a mom, so my duties are go to grocery, come back, and do other stuff. I do makeup tutorials, but I feel like I'm not gonna get use out of that palette, so I'm not gonna spend my hard money on that palette. The palette I have is another Too Faced, and it's their Natural Love eyeshadow collection. The palette is beautiful, but I feel like I have eyeshadow palettes that have the shades in it, and I feel like I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on a big eyeshadow palette when I have dupe for that eyeshadow palette. So I'm like, I'm not gonna spend more money. I'm just gonna save my money and buy something that I don't have in my collection. So I'm gonna save my money and I'm not gonna buy that palette. Sorry, Too Faced, but I love Too Faced. I love their products. I love their all their products actually, and I just don't feel like I need to spend money on this palette just because I have eyeshadow palettes that look similar to it. So sorry. And another product I have is the Tarte. This is the Tarte, oh man, what is this? I forgot the name of it. this is one of their, this is the Tarte clay palettes. It's one of their clay collections, I guess. And it's a beautiful palette, don't get me wrong, it's very beautiful. I love the shades. I'm a sucker for warm shades and neutral shades. I'm a sucker for that. I love those type of palettes and stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind buying it, but I don't want to spend my money on it because I feel like I have something that's similar to this palette. So I feel like I'm not going to spend my money on that palette. Last thing that I have is the Urban Decay. This is their glow kit, I guess. It's their glow palette and it's beautiful. I mean, the shades are beautiful, but once again, I have highlighters that look like this and they look very similar, and I even swatched it and they're just as creamy and just as beautiful as any other palette that I have. And I feel like I have these shades already. I have my Carly Bible palette that has a whole bunch of highlighters, and some of the highlighters look like the ones that are in the Urban Decay palette. So I feel like I'm not going to spend my money on this palette just because I already have a palette that has a whole bunch of highlighters. That's about all the products that I'm not going to be purchasing, but I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, loves.